Hello, everyone. Welcome to From the Heart. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary.
And we're excited to bring you all that's new and good when it comes to the arts in Central Florida.
Today, we're talking with John Lux, Chief Operating Officer at Ideas. We look forward to learning about John's creative path and what motivates him today. Welcome, John.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, John, thank you so much for being here. So I know with Ideas, you guys have a lot of things that are important to your company and that you value. But right now, there's a certain project that you're passionate about. Can you tell us about this season of life and what you're doing?
Well, about 2 years ago, I started getting involved with an organization called Film Florida. And we are the only statewide association that represents film, television, and digital media. And that encompasses more than 100,000 Florida residents that work in that industry and 16,000 companies that operate. And our goal is to market the state to bring projects and bring companies here. We're a not-for-profit association, so we are based entirely on donations and membership. So, you know, we're limited in resources sometimes. The last 2 years, we've really been involved in legislature to try and get tax credits and a tax program that is more enticing to bring those type of projects here to Florida. And so really about the last 18 months, it's kind of borderline obsession for me to really get involved with it, meeting with legislators, working with as many organizations as possible to try and get support.
So to bring filming to Florida.
Yeah, the goal is to bring as many film and television projects and digital media projects to the state, because those are going to be what drives those 100,000 people working in the industry.
Well, don't we have a lot of films already being filmed in Florida?
We did. We had a lot. As recent as a couple of years ago, we were in the top 5 in states that have that type of work of film and television. In the last 2 years, we've really dropped very far.
Why is that? That's a great question.
That's a good question.
Tell us, why is that?
It's because we don't have a tax credit program that compares to or can compete with other states. There are 39 other states, not to mention countries, that have tax programs that give tax rebates for money spent in the state. So,
can you give us an example of what a tax rebate looks like that
so
we
sure,
don't have?
A project, let's just say a film comes to the state of Florida. If they hire Florida residents and spend money on Florida companies, when the project is all done and they're audited and you essentially turn in receipts, for the Florida expenditures, you can get upwards of a tax credit of about 20%. Now, if you're a Florida company, you can use that for your tax liability. If you're not a Florida company, you can then sell that to a Florida company that does have a tax liability, and then your company could then get the cash to help offset some of your costs. But really what it is a company comes here, spends 5 times the amount of the tax credit that they would get. The money's already spent. They're pumping money into our economy and jobs and keeping people working and keeping students employed once they graduate from the institutions here in Florida.
Like Full Sail or UCF?
Full Sail, UCF. There are 30 colleges and universities in the state of Florida that have film and digital media degree programs. And right now, those students are graduating at a clip of 5,000 per year, and there's not jobs here for them.
So, John, why did it stop? Why did we have 5 years ago so many films and series being done here? I know they're being done in North Carolina and Georgia. Why did ours leave?
When the bills were passed in 2010, they allocated a certain amount of money. It was $296 million in tax credits. That $296 million was all used up and led to $1.5 billion of spending in the state of Florida.
Wow.
So now the quest has been to show the return on investment and show that it's a good program and prioritize it, because there is finite resources in the state. They can't, obviously the state can't just give everybody the tax credits and the programs that they want. So our quest has really just been educating about why our program is important and why it's good for the state.
Because it worked. It brought in revenue.
It absolutely worked.
But because it's not a priority, well, what's taking priority?
Well, I mean, obviously kids, water, education, veterans.
Welcome to my life every day.
I'm teasing you.
Those type of things, rightfully so,
Yeah.
those always get the headlines and those are always the priorities. And then after that top tier group, there's a lot of great worthy causes. And the legislators each year have to decide which ones get their share.
Do you know, that's why we wanted this project, because we feel so strongly that the arts enhance lives, the arts connect us, the arts make us come together. And boy, to be able to bring artwork here is so important. How can we help?
Well, that's a really good question. It's always has been about educating legislators and making sure they understand the program. I mean, the cornerstones of the program are that it's tax credits based, so it's not cash out of pocket. So it's tax credits. It's only on Florida expenditures. So if you bring a project from another state and you want to bring your entire crew, that's great. We welcome you with open arms, but you're not getting tax credits for it.
You have to hire Floridians.
You have to hire Floridians and Florida companies.
Nice.
And the third thing is, once the project is completed, they have to be audited by 2 separate entities to make sure that all the expenses are legit. So, and by that time, the money has been spent.
Yeah.
You know, somebody is hired. You know, for me, for example, they've hired me. Now I have the money. I've been able to go out to dinner. I've been able to pay my mortgage. I buy new things for my family. All that money just keeps pumping new money into the economy here in Florida. It's good for the state. So it's really just about
and it brings
educating.
more talent into our community.
Absolutely.
We were voted, what, the second
most creative city, right behind Portland.
Yeah.
Full city,
I love
I
how
think.
you said that it was a borderline obsession for you.
Yes.
You speak so eloquently about it, but why are you passionate about it?
Yeah, you're a numbers
Well,
guy.
yeah. Well, I think ultimately, in a roundabout way, at Ideas, my passion is the entertainment part of our business. And so the more projects there are here in the state, we've had the opportunity to work on great projects. You know, Dolphin Tale 1 and 2, Graceland. Elvis
I worked on
was
that
one.
with you.
Yep.
I did
Yep.
background
You did the
dubbing.
Loop Group.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
So
Were you Elvis?
Yes, it was. Thank you very much.
We've had the opportunity to work on great projects, and the more projects that are in the state, the more opportunities we have to work on
And
them
the more
and make
storytelling that you can do.
Yeah, I mean, so it really is just kind of a cycle of trying to get more work in the state. Number one, because it's the right thing to do, but secondarily, because it will help our company grow.
Well, we hope it does, and hope it helps your company and our state and the arts. Unfortunately, we're out of time for this segment, but fortunately, we've got another segment coming up, and we hope that you will join us again. We've been very fortunate to have John Lux here with us. Please come back because we're going to hear a little bit more about what the future looks like. Thank you for joining us from the heart.